Welcome to Joint Effort PAs, where two orthopedic surgery PAs get real about life in medicine. From tips and tricks to professional growth, work-life balance, and everything in between. We're here to share what we've learned and what we're still figuring out. Let's get into it. Round 2. How much can you tolerate the chaos? And we love the chaos. Let's see how this goes.
Okay.
All right. What is your ideal workday? 20 to 30 patients, moving all day, always doing something, or OR all day, one patient at a time, intense focus. 10 to 15 complicated patients. This is the third one now. Like you get to slow down and think about each one. D is a half day of clinic, half day of procedures. E is a predictable schedule with manageable volume and minimal surprises. I take that as the cop-out answer, whatever. Who is going to choose that?
Well, a lot of people are going to choose that. Ugh. Like, that is what a lot of people just go to, like, get a job. They get a job for the predictability of it. Anyway.
Whatever.
Whatever. I'm going to say D because it's half clinic, half procedures, which is literally my week. I like A, which is 20 to 30 patients. Let's move. I like B, which is OR all day, but I like the merging of the both. So D, final answer.
Yeah, because I mean, and we actually have some days. Those tend to be my favorite days. Tuesdays are our OR / afternoon, evening clinic day. So get to do a little bit of both. I like the variety. I mean, you can't really have OR all day without 20 to 30 clinic patients.
No, you cannot.
Spread throughout the week, or you won't have anybody to operate on. I will add a caveat into that because we don't get to do this as much as we would like to, but flipping rooms in the OR, that is like, I love those days.
Yeah.
Because that is like, it's like the move chaos of 20 to 30 patients, but it's in the OR and our cases are quick. Yeah. So it is like, you're on fire.
Yeah. That ideal day is when you actually are like, wow, my feet hurt and I have no idea what time it is. Mm-hmm. That's a nice day.
I haven't eaten or drank, and like, we finish, I take my hat off and I'm like, oh, that was amazing.
So again, if you think about that, and again, notice that in none of those questions did it say anything about a specialty, but people often confuse liking a subject or liking a specialty with liking the workflow of that specialty. Mm-hmm. Like, I like Grey's Anatomy, but I don't want to do general surgery. Come on.
Yeah.
You know, I can like it, but doesn't mean I like the fact that they're, in bowels all day long. I like watching it. It's not like doing it. Yeah.
Well, they're in more than bowels all day long.
True.
You know what I mean?
Anyway.
Okay. All right. Okay. So end of the day, 4:45 p.m. and a complicated patient gets added to your schedule. What is your response?
Oh my God. I'm just going to tell you guys, it's B. I'm annoyed for a split second. And then I'm very interested. Some of my best visits have come with the 5 o'clock patient that really had an appointment at 3:30.
Yeah.
So I'm not as even keeled to be like, oh my God, it's fine. Just check him in. Yeah. Cause there's so many other variables. Yeah. I get annoyed for a couple, 10 seconds. And I'm like, the answer is always check him in.
Yeah. I agree. I'm going to act like it inconveniences me, but I'm going to really...
Like, I'm happy
to it.
Yeah. And I know I can spend time with them because there's nobody after them.
Number 7, we kind of touched on before, but I'll add it to the
this
quiz
is my question. Yeah. So this one is like my, what I was telling Hannah that I ask some patients. So you have 4 things happening at the same time. Let's say like the medical assistant needs an order, patients waiting at the door, looking at their clock, saying, I've been in here for 20 minutes. They have a radiologist on the phone that needs to speak with a physician or a PA about an MRI. And then your doc's like, hey, I need you to admit a patient. So how you would handle that, I think, defines what specialty you would be good at. So, again, let's break this down for a second. If you were the people pleaser, you would take your physician first, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If you did what was the easiest thing to do the things that are, no brainer. Just tell a medical assistant, whatever it is, fine.
Yeah.
Get the physician on the phone. That's okay. Yeah. But if you want to work in an emergency urgent care, you go with you triage it.
Yeah.
Whichever's most important first. A patient waiting, staring at you is highly annoying, but that's not the most important thing. Yeah. The radiologist on the phone, probably also not the most important thing. Because guess what? If they want to talk to you, they're going to wait.
They'll wait on hold. Yeah.
Yeah. Admitting the patient, I guess, would be first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, multitasking. That's interesting how people answer that.
Responding to actual emergencies. God, I don't know. I don't really have a lot of emergencies I respond to. I probably would turn the other way.
Well, okay, that's one of the answers. One of the answer is you look for someone else.
Did your finger get amputated, or is it an actual emergency? Because my response is going to be different.
I know. Well, okay. Would you look the other way? Would you question your life choices? Like, why am I even in medicine? Would you nervously say, how can I help you? And then follow whatever algorithms in your head, or adrenaline kicks in and you're like, I got this. Or is it even calmer than it would be if you had a confrontational conversation with like a family member?
Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, like, I'm probably just going to turn the other way. We're talking like an airplane situation here. You know, you're at the middle of something and like you're at a
that's wisdom.
concert
knowing your
and somebody passes out. Like, I'm not going to be the one. I don't have an ego about this. I'm not going to be like, oh my God, guys, I'm a PA. I have training in this.
Give me a pen and let's hollow it out and shove it in the
ribs. No, I am not qualified. I mean, I guess I am, but
I am weirdly calm and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a very good person in an emergency because I can kind of like very clearly, what's going on?
Yeah.
Let me help you figure out how to get that done. Maybe it's not me.
Yeah, right. Like I'm not like panicky. I'm not going to freak out if somebody's like bleeding out. I'm okay. Like, let's call 911 and somebody who can help. But my level of response is not like, oh, I'm the one that. Is there a doctor on board?
Yeah.
No.
Right. No. Yeah. If we're on the airplane, my earbuds are in and I'm literally sleeping. So.
Yeah. Is there anybody with any medical training? And if somebody is like a
EMT
tech or something.
EMT,
those are the people that should handle it. So,
yeah.
All right. Round 3. This one is about the people.
Yeah. We could lump probably all these together. I think this is trying to differentiate if you are built for primary care or if you're built for subspecialty.
Mm-hmm.
And are you built for high volume visits or are you built for long duration talk? Yeah.
No, thank you.
Okay. So the first one. So your patient has a laundry list of complaints. Your response to that is, this is my personal hell, get me out of here, which I mean, like, that is an initial response. I'm already 40 minutes behind. I'm intrigued. Maybe they're all connected, meaning let's dive into it. You say to the patient, let's work through it. Or which two are we going to talk about today?
I'm going to hope that the medical assistant has already gotten through the which two are we going to talk about today. But probably not. They're probably going to bring it up anyway, even if they were told that. But I'm annoyed because I really can't, like, now I'm going to be 45 minutes behind for everything else. But if it seems all interconnected, hopefully I can like pick up on that and like, be the one who comes up with the final, like they've been waiting 10 years and nobody has ever diagnosed them correctly. And oh my God, how did you just figure that out? That's all connected. I would love to be that person. More often than not, it's not the case.
Yeah. So. We have some primary care students that will rotate with our sports med doc. He's non-operative. And sometimes I'll get them when he's out or something like that. And I recall when they go in and do an HPI and it's like a follow-up for shoulder pain. They come out and they're like, blah, 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 blah. History of diabetes. They did have surgery on their right foot 2 years ago. And I was like, say less, stop talking. The primary
is their foot attached to their shoulder now?
No, I know. The primary care focused people want to go through all the things, want to connect all the things. Functional medicine, holistic, want to go through all the things, connect all the things. Again, it's very important to know that about yourself. Can you pinpoint, go right to it? Because that's exactly what our specialty is most of the time.
And I'm not saying those aren't important, but like, know when certain things are important versus aren't important. Like, I'm not saying there couldn't be some sort of relevant connection. Like, oh, maybe they had surgery on their foot 2 years ago. And it's important to note that like, they're an uncontrolled diabetic and they had some crazy postoperative wound healing complication from that procedure. And that is now going to affect my decision-making for what we do for this. But no, you gotta get to the point or you won't be able to see your 30 patients a day. You'll never get to 104 a week at that rate.
Oh boy. A patient doesn't follow any of your recommendations and returns saying they're no better. Now, again, I've seen this firsthand with providers at our practice, how they handle it a little bit differently. And again, this is your internal response.
Internal,
internal
not external.
response,
Okay.
not external.
Okay.
Okay, let's reset. B, why didn't you do what we discussed? And again, saying that a little bit aggressively,
okay.
right? Internally. C, maybe I didn't explain it effectively enough. D, I am generally frustrated with you. And why are you here today? Or E, this type of interaction drains my soul.
E, for sure.
Yeah.
It is soul draining because I go through all of those. I go through the frustration and then I'm like, why did this person not do it? And then I have to reset myself now to talk to them and go in the room because I'm not the type of person that's going to go in there and say, hey, what the fuck? Like, dude, why didn't you go to therapy? Why are you bothering coming back here?
Yeah, why are you here if you didn't do what I said?
Yeah, like I just go somewhere else. Like I'm not going to do that. They're going to tell me like, oh, like I never got a call, or oh, the copay's really expensive, or oh, like I just did therapy for something else. I just don't really feel like therapy's helpful. And I'm going to have to like, okay, like I understand where you're coming from. Like, let's talk about other options or why I think that is still super important.
And again, this gets down to figuring out if you want to go into a specialty that requires an enormous amount of patience. And also, what is your reaction to that? I've had, again, providers where they hear that and the providers are like, well, then I guess we have nothing to discuss here. Again, like, no patience.
Yeah. I do say that out loud sometimes prior to going in the room.
Yeah. Well, again, internal.
Okay. So let's talk about like injections. You probably deal with this a lot with new providers in urgent care and like certain types of procedures that they have never been exposed to and never done before. And their comfort level with the whole see one, do one, teach one scenario and doing things independently and unobserved. So somebody hands you a needle and said, you've seen me do this twice. You know, we've talked about this, like your turn, go get it. So some personality types might say A, finally, B, sure, but a little hesitant. C, can you watch me do it just once? D, I'd rather practice first. Like how on me?
Yeah, exactly.
And E, why are we rushing this?
Okay. And F, when I had one provider say, are you sure this is OSHA approved? Like, why are you in a specialty?
Are you basically asking, am I qualified to do this?
No, I think it looked so dangerous to them. There's no way that like
I know which situation you're talking about.
Yeah. So does management, danger. Does management know we're doing this? I literally have had someone say that to me before. But do not get yourself into a field that is procedure heavy and you know, maybe doesn't require a lot of supervision. Once you're comfortable with that, if that is the first thing that you say, you should not be in a procedural field.
I'm going to go with sure. I feel like sure is like, I mean, I'm like,
yeah, that sounds like you're like annoyed you had to wait so long. Yeah,
like a little overconfident, basically. Can you watch me once? I won't say there's anything wrong with that. Like,
no, I think that's
perfectly fine.
Yes.
Rather practice first. Well, that's a little bit, I mean, isn't that the same as watch me once?
That's the same as no.
Yeah. All right. What gives you the biggest dopamine hit? I feel like this is a good one. A, reducing a fracture, and it looks good after. Yes. Because if it doesn't,
well, it's the race over to X-ray. Yeah. So that your eyes can see what you think they're supposed to see.
Yes. Okay. Solving a difficult diagnosis.
That's also a good one.
C, stabilizing somebody who's critically ill. Oh God. D, a patient telling me they're finally feeling better. And E, completing a perfectly organized day on time.
That's tricky.
Those
definitely A.
A for sure.
A for sure. E, close second.
Dislocated shoulder, sign me up.
Yeah.
About a month ago, I was literally at home. I think I had just walked into my apartment and they were doing a sports physical night and somebody texted me.
Yes.
One of our medical assistants texted me and was like, there's a dislocated shoulder in urgent care.
You're like, I'm already in my car.
I was like, yeah, you know, I'll be there in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
came back. I was in an outfit similar to this. I was in like shorts and a t-shirt. I walked in the room. The guy didn't speak any English.
Perfect.
I was the one medical assistant that speaks Spanish in the practice. She came in to help. I'm in my shorts and t-shirt over there. I'm like, we're doing this right now. Like,
I have left my house. I don't think I was asked. I was like, do you want me to come in? It was literally me saying that for a shoulder dislocation, a distal radius reduction, an aspiration of an infected knee, and some type of laceration. Those things will get me out of bed. No problem. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I will turn my car around for almost anything procedurally. 100%. I did a couple weeks ago to go aspirate a knee in the ER. I was like, you don't have to ask twice.
I've done that at midnight, and I picked up a ride along one time. I picked up someone who was my student at the time. I called her at midnight and I was like, hey, do you want to go to this ER with me? And she was like, yes. I'm like, that's amazing.
She was great.
But anyway, so that pretty much sums up our quiz. So let's go to the
what's the interpretation of this?
Yeah. So again, the chaos questions. If you can multitask naturally, you can make decisions quickly, you can tolerate interruptions, and they actually don't sidetrack your day, they can kind of make you perform better. That is an ER, PA, trauma, urgent care, critical care.
Yep.
The, caveat here though is the adrenaline and what you love about that can disguise your burnout. So if you go 100 miles an hour all the time, sometimes the engine fails, right? So again, that's something you need to know about yourself. If you
figure out ways to fix your engine.
Figure out ways to fix your engine. The fixer. So again, when you see something and you're like, I can fix this. I need an identifiable problem that has a tangible solution, very procedure heavy. You like the autonomy. You like to see results like this is broken and displaced. Now this is non-displaced. You would do very well ortho, general surgery, ENT, any type of like interventional radiology. So if you like,
interesting.
Yeah. I mean, if you like fixing tangible problems, that is your go-to. Now the detective. And again, I feel like not that you can't be the detective in ortho, but this is, I feel like those that want ortho to be this. I'm not saying it's not, but if you love ambiguity and the labs excite you and you want to dive into like the root of the problem and you don't mind saying like, hey, this doesn't quite fit. Let me have you come back and I'll order this lab and come back and let's get this MRI to quote, see what's going on. That they just don't fit well in ortho because like at least in our world, people come in, what is the problem and how can you get me to fixing it? Yeah, exactly. And the PAs that come into ortho that shouldn't be in ortho end up going into some type of internal medicine because your brain works that way and you thrive that way.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying ortho is not like that, but in a surgical specialty, it's not
it's
all
great.
that.
You have to be able to be the detective while you're doing the other things too.
So, but my urgent care people, they and I use this word all the time. It's paralysis by analysis. You are paralyzed because you can't quite like get to that. Like for instance, I had a patient that came into urgent care, diabetic, neuropathy, on a Saturday, fell, did something to their foot. They went to the ER. The ER diagnosed him with cellulitis. X-ray was taken. X-ray was not read yet, so they discharged him. He literally walked into urgent care. I should show you the X-ray because it's that impressive. It was a Lisfranc fracture dislocation and also the 4th and the 5th metatarsals.
Oh my God.
And the picture of the foot, it looked like a club foot. It was beefy red. And there's blisters all over the place.
Oh my God.
So the provider was like, well, what do I put him in? How do I treat this? I was like, for what? Like the cellulitis. I'm like, dude, that's a fracture and fracture blisters. The guy walked in here.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but our foot and ankle person's like out of town. So, I mean, they're also diabetic. And like, I don't know if they just like, are we sure this is from the fall? I'm 100% sure it's from the fall.
Yeah. Like you think you just that.
What did you think?
Conveniently like developed cellulitis.
This is
right
a conversation. It's a conversation that like went on and on and on. And I was like, they said, all right, I'm just going to put him in a boot. I'm like, no, the skin's going to literally slough off.
Yeah.
No, like bulky Jones dressing. They're like, well, but I'm going to send him to the ER. So I don't want to go through all that because they're going to take it off. So I think I'm just going to throw him in a boot. And I'm like, no, like, you know what I told him to do? Bulky wrap it with like a web roll, throw them in a post-op shoe because they're going to walk out of here and drive themselves to the ER and let them figure it out there. They're like, what about the cellulitis? Like IV antibiotics? I'm like, yeah, but
we don't do IV
antibiotics, but like also a secondary problem. But anyway, it's like, it's just the way that some people's brains are wired don't thrive in certain specialties.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to just be able to come up with immediate solutions. With the relationship PA, somebody who just wants to get to know you personally.
Yeah.
You want to have like your low patient base, and you know them all, and you treat their mom and their grandma.
Yeah. Guess what? Yeah. Women's health, family medicine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can chat.
Yeah. Yep.
Time for chatting. Orthopedics, we embody all of it. We're just perfect. And like we have to do all these things at the same time. So like top of the food chain.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gathering right now.
Yeah. We need our whiteboard out so we can literally draw the overlap of all of these and where ortho is or where we are.
Did you ever watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia? Have you seen that meme where he's like got the things that that's what I feel like this is right now.
Publish this.
Yes. Yeah. No, this is going to be
on the gram,
a real thing.
No, on the gram, you should put these questions up.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
And also tell us what specialty you're in.
Yeah, we want to know. We want to know what you scored on the quiz. And then one day this quiz will be published. Actually, every PA student should be forced to take this quiz.
Yes, I love it.
Maybe make people take this when they interview here.
But it's so funny though, because there's a couple questions here which we didn't talk about, which I'm just going to go over really quickly. The questions that they don't really teach you in PA school. Again, this is stuff that like I will ask indirectly on an interview. How important is schedule predictability for you? And some people are like, whatever, I'll work whatever. Somewhat, it's really important. It's extremely important. I need to know exactly when I'm leaving. Like we've talked about this. If you are that type of person, I don't know that certain specialties are going to bend for you, right? And then this is a really good one. Like how much emotional energy can you carry home? Right? So I compartmentalize extremely well.
Yeah.
Some, but I recover. I think about patients afterwards. Difficult cases stay with me for a long time, or I absorb everyone's emotions like a human sponge. Right? Like if that is the case, shouldn't work in the ICU. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. But that's another really good question to ask yourself. Like if you work with like cancer patients, if you can't leave that at work and you take them all home and now everyone you know in your life, now you project on them or something, right? Like now everyone has cancer and everyone's going to die and this is going to be terrible, then maybe that's not, psychiatry is not the best for you. Oncology is not the best for you. Okay. But yeah, those I ask indirectly on interviews.
You made the wrong call. You were wrong. Oh,
yeah. These ones are bad too. Yeah. This one again, if you made the wrong call, nothing catastrophic, but it's just you.
Like you didn't kill somebody. You just like.
How do you handle that?
You just put the cases in the wrong order for the day or something.
Yeah. But no, how do you handle that? Do you remember it unexpectedly while you sleep until you die? Mm-hmm. Do you think about it for 3 days and then move on? Do you have to talk it out? Do you review exactly why you missed it? Or do you fix it, learn and move on? Like those are hard questions.
I talk about it right here.
I know.
On Joint Effort PAs.
Talk about on Joint Effort PAs. But anyway, yeah, we'd love to hear from you guys. See if that hit home at all. But I could diagnose some of our current providers and tell them if they're in the right field or not.
I think that would be healthy for them.
I do too.
All right. Until next time.
All right. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Joint Effort PAs. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a fellow PA or med-minded friend. You can also follow us on Instagram at Joint Effort PAs for updates and extra content. See you next time.